that you trusted your friend and you surrender.
Yes.
So knowing what you know now, what would you say to the younger Adam of what you receive?
Well, I don't think I'd change much about the younger Adam because like his path led here, and anything I could say, he would just argue with me and tell me why I'm wrong. So I'd be screwed as soon as I tried. What I would say would I would just love him a lot. I would just give him a lot of love and acknowledgement, and that would be that would be what there would be to do.
So you wouldn't even introduce this modality to the younger Adam at all?
I really don't think I could have changed like the way things unfolded, and they've unfolded beautifully, like right on time. Everything seems to be perfectly timed. I could have been like, "Hey, there's this thing called coaching, and you're not going to be a lawyer." But boy, I got so much from law school, and I created early clients there, and it allowed me to do what societally was the right thing for me to do, and then to choose out of that towards what was the right thing for me to do. And making that choice, if I short circuited it by trying to give me coaching as the path beforehand, I think I would have missed on a whole bunch of richness. I guess it almost feels like a cop out answer, but the truest answer is, yeah, I don't know that I would try to have done anything different.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it sounds like a cop-out answer at all. I think we are the way we are. I mean, the ego wants to get things faster, easier,
Yeah,
bigger, and bypass, the difficulties. So I get that.
yeah.
So I wasn't asking the question from the ego side, like how do you bypass the difficulty? Because in my mind, I love the person that I am today, and I wouldn't change a
Uh,
thing about anything about my past at all. All of the pains, the difficulties, the challenges, heartaches, everything, and all the wins as well. Because I get to appreciate so much joy and gratitude, everything in my life because of my journey. So I wouldn't change
yes.
a damn thing for sure. So I
Yeah.
appreciate the way you answer it. But I would say to maybe in the younger version of CK probably is not the accurate way to articulate it in precisely. Let's say to the listeners who are listening to this,
Mm,
how would you share this particular modality to them, maybe curious about it, maybe aware of it, maybe a little
mm.
intimidated by it, maybe like, what the fuck is this thing that they were talking about? It's totally not. It doesn't make sense. Why would you go to a place and drink this brew and whatever? Like, I wonder if you have anything you wanted to do there.
Thanks for that clarification. Couple thoughts. The first is when I came back from the vision fast, my dad asked me, would you recommend this to anyone? And my answer was yes, if they feel called into it and not otherwise, because it was horrible. And I'm glad I did it because I felt called into it. But if someone was like, I'm going to do this to get more clients, or don't, it's a terrible reason. So what I think, what would I say to people that are like, this is a weird modality? First, I would affirm them. I'd be like, yeah, it is weird. And a lot of what is outside of our range will occur as weird. And if you had told me 10 years ago, hey, 10 years from now, you're going to be this deeply spiritual man who has learned to let go of the brilliance in his head and sits in ceremony with shamans and has a following, I would have been like, fuck off. There's no way. None of that, especially not the spiritual part. And I would really affirm, like, yeah, it probably will feel weird. And there's something we can't really touch with our mind. And what plant medicine allows us to do is it opens a window, not a door, because you still have to do the work on the other side of it, but it opens a window to get beyond your mind. And that can really be profound. It can really have us get in touch with something that'll start to break us through the perfect shell that our mind creates for us.